What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pat and Dan Show. We're on episode 7, as usual. I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight, as usual, by the man, Dan Allen Rourke. How we doing tonight, Dan?
Bro, you can't even say as usual because I feel kind of fraudulent. I wasn't here last week, but I'm back.
Well, no,
I'm
it was just one Monday. It was just
True.
one Monday.
It was a blip, little blip, but I'm doing good, man.
A little blip. Just like
I
how
was
the
doing
Yankees
pretty
have a
bad
little blip
before.
right now.
Bro, I was like tweaking before. I feel like as we all were, but like there's nothing worse than when like you're expecting to watch a baseball game for the first time in a few days and then it gets taken away from you, and it might be taken away from us tomorrow too.
Bro, we're going to get so much into this situation. But before we do that, shout out to everybody currently in chat. Let's take attendance/roll call as we usually do. Let's see who we got in here. We got Martin, Diego, Antonio Sanchez. We got Big Brain Borg. We got Fritz, Lori, Brendan. We got Troy, THC, best mod in the world. Appreciate you all for stopping by. I'm sure I missed a ton of people. But, Dan, I was expecting today. I woke up this morning to the news that Trey Amberke was called up, right? All was great in the world. Everything was beautiful, bro. It was a great sunny day outside. Trey Amberke was coming up to the Bronx. Little did we know the storm that was about to come rain on the Bronx. I think as time went on, things just got a little bit worse. So we found out that there was a little bit of a COVID situation as far as the Yankees go. And then we start to find out that the game's canceled because of it. And then we find out that the 3 players that have COVID are, I don't want to say they're all starters because Higgy isn't a starter, but he's a pretty key piece of this team because he's Garrett Cole's personal catcher. So now you lose Aaron Judge, Gio Urshela, Kyle Higashioka, Jonathan Loaisiga, Wandy Peralta, and Nestor Cortez all to COVID within the last week or so. The Yankees are in a really tough situation. We don't even know what the case is as far as playing this weekend. So right now, in the past 24 hours, we went from being so excited about the Yankees second half to now just everything's in question once again.
Facts, man. And it's not even just like a Yankee problem at this point because we found out Judge, he has COVID and he was at the All-Star game. And I saw a tweet before this. They think that like they're kind of considering that to be like a what they call a super spreader type deal. Bro, I feel like not only are the Yankees not going to play tomorrow, like I don't know if there's going to be one game in baseball played tomorrow. And maybe like do you think we're going to play this week? I don't know, bro, because think about it. Like if Judge has COVID, which he does, is what we're hearing, and he was around essentially every single team was exposed to COVID at the All-Star game, right? So I don't know. I feel like nobody may play tomorrow, but it definitely sucks, bro. It really does suck.
I mean, here's my thing, right? We kind of looked at it from a different perspective because we heard this morning, which was really weird, right? We heard that this morning that Nestor Cortez and Wandy Peralta were placed on the COVID IL. We were kind of like, all right, like it happens. Like they were probably exposed to Loaisiga in the bullpen. And we kind of thought that was it as far as like the Yankees COVID outbreak goes. But then later on in the day, we find out as far as like Judge and then Gio and Higgy. And I'm just a little bit confused about the situation because I guess at this point, now the reasoning behind calling Trey Amberke up, which is an event that's completely outshined now, but I guess the reason was because they knew Judge had COVID. So then why wasn't Judge placed on the COVID IL at the same time as Cortez and Wandy?
I don't know. It's kind of confusing, and the vaccination thing comes into question. About
Huge
like who wants to let it out there that they're vaccinated or not vaccinated. And the Amberke thing makes total sense now because we were talking about this earlier when he initially got called up. Like, why did Amberke play yesterday? Because usually he wouldn't play the day before if he was going to get called up to play the next day, right? So we were questioning that. Now it makes sense because it was probably a sudden thing, right?
But also, apparently they told Amberke last night that he was going to be called up. So they knew even last night that Judge had COVID.
Well, I'm telling you, I really do think that the Judge thing, like what's making this all like taking a while to actually officially announce is because certain players don't want it out there, whether they're vaccinated or not, But let's go into the timeline of this, right? So the first one was Jonathan Loaisiga, I'm pretty sure. And he was put on the COVID IL on Sunday prior to Sunday's game, the last game.
He's still in Houston, I believe.
Yeah, so he was quarantined in Houston. So you imagine Judge and co got it from him, right? So let's say Judge had it since Sunday. He's now, 4 days in. What is the deal with the COVID issue? Like, if you have 2 negative tests, are you allowed to come back? Say Judge tests negative twice tomorrow. Can you come back?
I think as far as like the COVID IL goes, like I mentioned, like there's kind of no minimum, there's no maximum. So I think the only way you do come back from that is by testing negative twice, I believe. And it has to be within a couple of days apart from each other. Like you can't like take a negative hours. Yeah, has to be 48 hours or something like that. But I mean, with that being said, like we're going to be without Judge now for, I would say, at least a week.
I would say at least the Boston series. Now, here's another thing. I saw on Twitter that you have to be vaccinated in order for that to apply, the 2 negative tests. If not, then it's at least 7 to 10 days. So if that's the case, if somebody may or may not be vaccinated, or if they're not vaccinated, you're gone at least 2 weeks. So in that case, you might be right. But if said player is vaccinated and you have 2 negative tests, then they could be back as soon as they could technically be playing like this weekend, right? But I would bank on Judge being at least out for the Boston series, which that sucks. That really, really sucks. And not just with Judge. I mean, like, well, at least Cole isn't, which I was kind of scared because we knew somebody from the All-Star game was, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, hey, Park was called up. You know, I heard he's just on the taxi squad.
Squad though, which
but
sucks.
bro, like, what I'm saying is, like, it's not even just Judge. Like, yo, like, those are some big names, you know. And it's crazy, you know, if we're going to the season, bro, and somebody told you like Nestor Cortez would be a big name, like that'd be kind of crazy. But he is.
Yeah, but
like,
he was huge coming into the series.
I know, like losing him, like that blows, you know. So we'll have to see what the impact is with Boston as well, because I mean they had quite a few All-Stars, so they could possibly be impacted too. You know, not wishing for that by any means, but
my whole question is,
it's a league-wide thing. Like, there's going to be a lot that's going to come out over the next 24 hours or so. Because you imagine, I bet you, bro, like every clubhouse is getting tested right now. You would figure every clubhouse, even National League.
But you know, the first thing that popped into my mind when we first heard this, right, bro? You remember the All-Star game? He's walking out Hank Aaron's wife. She's 81. Bro, like I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Little did we know that Judge probably had COVID at that point. Crazy.
Yeah.
I thought this whole thing was over. I thought like the days where like games are canceled due to COVID, I thought that we were done with that. Clearly not, though. But now I think kind of like the question that we're led to believe is kind of like what you said, like what happens this weekend? Do they play? Do they get in any of these games? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't be completely shocked if the entire series this weekend was just canceled.
I wouldn't be either, you know, especially if it being a 4 game. I don't think we're going to play 4 games because I really am confident tomorrow's games all across the league will be canceled. And then what are you going to do? 2 doubleheaders within 2 days?
I don't know all across the league, though. I don't know.
I don't know because think about it, Pat. It only takes 15 teams to have one guy. You don't need all 30 teams.
Yeah, but they're not going to cancel games for one guy, though. The only reason they canceled this game is because the Yankees have like 6 negatives and they're waiting for more.
That's a good point. Yeah,
I mean, six positives.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like if everybody played today, definitely league wide would have been canceled. But I don't know. I mean, with the Yankees, bro, like the Red Sox is a big problem too because they had 5 guys at the All-Star game, and you imagine like everybody came in contact with Judge, right? Like they're all in the same dugout, all said what's up. So I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if tomorrow's game. I would be surprised actually if they do play tomorrow, unfortunately. And then maybe we get in I think we might be able to get in 3 games, and then we'll make up one of the games in like a later series.
Yeah, that was probably my assumption, right? I think we discussed this earlier when like the whole situation was like coming to fruition. I was like, I think it would make most sense at this point to kind of just not play tomorrow, right? And kind of just get everything just together and find out who's positive, who's negative, who can play, who's not, and then go from there. And then you have 1 doubleheader, probably Sunday. And then Saturday you just play like normal, and then you make up that 4th game somewhere else down the line this season. I think that's probably like the best route to go here. It's just such a weird situation. It's so much different from the Yankees outbreak from earlier on in the season because that was just coaches. I'm going to be honest, you don't really miss much when the coaches have COVID. It's as simple as that. But when the players, especially key starters on this team and key guys in the bullpen, the Yankees are a depleted team. One of the biggest series of the season. We say that all the time.
I know, we really do. But like, bro, like we were so hyped up about this series, you know, or just like the start of like a great way to kick off the second half would be to take 3 out of 4 from Boston. Well, what has been like the narrative this entire past few days among Yankee fans? Take 6 of 8 from Boston over the next 10 days, right? Now, like, say we do play 3 games this series. I mean, like, maybe we can hope to take 2 or 3. I mean, anything can really happen in a doubleheader, but like the odds are, I feel like they're just without Judge. Like it's just
this sucks.
You can't really dream as much. You know, by no means is the season over, but like it's once again tough to get excited about like the possibility.
No, Dan, it's the definition of like I called Dan before when this all started going down because I'm like, well, I guess we'll do Pat and Dan show at 9 because, bro, I was expecting to do a watch party today. It was Trey Ambergy's debut today, Dan.
Dude,
this was supposed to be the day.
Today really felt like a second opening day, didn't it?
I know.
When I woke up today, bro, I got so much done today, bro. I was all ready to go. My schedule was perfectly laying out, bro, for a 7 o'clock game. I was so ready, bro. And it'd be a packed house. You know, it'd be a packed house in the Bronx, bro. Hot weather, Yankees, Red Sox, 4-game set. Let's go. And if we won today, bro, vibes would be feeling good.
I know.
But now, it's like even if like we win this series, it's not as fun. Like I'm not trying. And listen, if it weren't for the stupid ass 7-inning doubleheader rule, which thankfully apparently they're getting rid of after this year, But if it
I
weren't for
like
that,
the
bro, like
7 inning doubleheader rule, to be honest.
I despise it. Like,
Especially in this situation.
That's what's making me even more frustrated about this. Like, I don't like it's. I was looking for 4 games, and it was all night games too, bro. This is gonna be the dopest series ever. 3 games on national TV, prime time at night. Now, bro, like it's gonna be probably if we're lucky 2 7-inning doubleheaders, bro. Are you kidding me?
I hate day games. But listen,
especially makeup games, bro. For the first game of the doubleheader is always ass, bro.
I know.
It's just like bleak, boring vibes, like half-filled stadium, like, and it'll probably be a blowout, like.
Yeah. There's some other things I do want to say about the situation, but I want to hit on a couple donos we have in the chat here. Shout out to Miguel Batista with a $2 dono. Appreciate you, Miguel. He says, I wanted Jock Peterson. The Braves got him. Did you see that the Braves just traded for Jock Peterson?
Yeah, like 5 minutes
just
ago. Before we came on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they didn't really give up much. I saw Ken Rosenthal kind of tweeted that what they could end up doing with Jock Peterson is they could end up flipping him at the deadline if they fall out of the race even further. But right now they're kind of just looking to capitalize because the Mets haven't really run away with the division, and they still kind of see it as wide.
It could be like a Jaime Garcia type deal. So I'm looking at his stats right now. He's not having a good season really at all, and he was coming off a bad year. But so far,
I think he started off the year hot.
Did he? Okay, so far in 73 games, he's hitting 230, 11 homers, only 300 on base, 95 weighted runs created plus, WAR of 0.2. So
what's his OPS?
Not a good year for him. OPS is whatever 300 plus, so 718 because he has a 418 slugging. So not having a good year, but hey, I mean, like you said, bro, if he say he goes on a tear for 2 weeks, you could probably flip him if you want.
He's that type of guy, though.
Yeah, I don't see the Braves falling out of it though, so I think they actually would hold on to him.
Yeah,
they're one of those teams that are hovering around 500. I think the Braves.
I think they're below 500.
Well, it might be like a game or two. I'll check the standings now.
Huge disappointment.
The Mets aren't running away with anything. The thing with the NL East, all it's really going to take is like the Mets to have like a so-so week or two, and then you need like either the Nationals. I'm not sure what the Phillies are doing, but I think they're kind of the same deal, hovering around 500. And then the Braves, like somebody just needs to go on that hot streak, and then all of a sudden, like it's a division race again. Because I think the Mets are only up like 4 games.
Yeah, they're not up by much. But listen,
also NL East pod all of a sudden.
Shout out to Leanna Butt with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Leanna. She says the Boston All-Stars, some were never vaccinated. I saw this tweet. I don't know who came out with it. They said not all. So that could either mean like just one person didn't get vaccinated, but either way, they could still pop positive. That's why we look at the guys who tested positive on the Yankees. I believe only one of them was not vaccinated. So I think the fact whether they're vaccinated or not, I don't really think it matters in this situation because guys are still testing positive regardless.
Yeah,
so
basically none of them had symptoms. I think they said one guy had like a little, like showing some signs of symptoms,
Yeah, I think one guy.
Makes me wonder, do they just randomly COVID test vaccinated teams? Do they just randomly COVID test, or do you have to like have the sniffles for them to?
I have no idea. I really don't know what the COVID testing process. I thought the COVID testing was done, to be honest with you.
To me,
especially for vaccinated teams,
I figured it'd be like if you were showing symptoms or if you were feeling under the letter, okay, then we'll test you, right? But
yeah,
that's what's confusing about it. Like, I know we're over 85%, and some people have been like, oh, why did the Yankees get the J&J vaccine? I don't want to get into all that because I don't even understand.
But also, kind of what I heard, I don't know if this is true, but apparently every MLB team got the J&J.
Well, no, because the Yankees, I mean, that could be true that they got mostly that, but I know one of the 6 got the Moderna. That was reported.
I think you cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry. One like majority of the Yankees that tested positive, I think the 5 of the 6 got the J&J. There was one guy that got the Moderna. Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Moderna?
really?
Whichever one starts with an M. Yeah.
Maybe if they wanted to, they could go out and like get their own, like if they wanted to, but I don't know. Let's see what we got in the chat. Not so family vision. This is exactly me, bro. What a day. I remember waking up, seeing Trey being called up, so happy. Then I see Cortez test positive. Then Judge and Gio tests were sent to the lab. What a day. But Dan, this is exactly what I told you. I woke up this morning, bro, you put out a tweet. You're like, bro, Pat's living his best life right now. I've been advocating for Trey Amberkey to come up non-stop every single day. And the one day it happens, I'm planning a watch party, bro. I'm planning a 6-hour day being live because I'm going live for the watch party for 4 hours. Then we're hopping on the Pat and Dan show for an hour. Bro, this was all planned out. And then bang, Yankees COVID outbreak out of nowhere.
Dude, the top comment on my YouTube video about Trey today was Pat's probably hype as hell right now or something like that. And bro,
shameful.
Everybody was thinking about you today, Pat. It's good. Like, I feel like this is the second best day of your life. This first day will be when Brett Gardner retires. Am I right?
Yeah. No,
before the COVID stuff came out, what would you think would make you happier? Amber getting called up this morning or when Gardy retires? I feel like Gardy retiring will be slightly above.
I was slightly hopeful that I was getting both in the same day. Like,
Mm,
I know it was like a far-fetched scenario. I was thinking
yeah.
deep down, I'm like, well, what's the corresponding roster move, right? Because the Yankees
Hmm.
called Trey Amberke up. I'm like, well, what could possibly be done? I'm like, the only thing that would make sense is one, an injury to somebody in the outfield. I was thinking maybe Judge. I was hoping not, but then like the other thing would be like a Gardner DFA.
Or the third thing was one of the pitchers to be sent down because they called up a pitcher when Andy Har went down.
Yeah,
I think it was a Chris Key or something. But so
I think
I
I
wasn't
think
even
he's still on the roster.
see, I wasn't even questioning the well now we know, yeah, but I
Yeah,
wasn't questioning like the roster move too much. I was kind of just confused at the time, like why did he play last night? That's why. And shout out to Eli Fishman, by the way, who's always been on top of this stuff. Like not always, like the last 2-3 weeks, he's really kind of popped up, right? So shout out to him. But at first, like I don't want to say I was doubting the report, but like I was kind of waiting for a confirmation because of the fact that Amberge played last night. You know, like it didn't really make too much sense, but now we know. And yeah, I mean, it's still weird that we haven't got a full confirmation because think about it. What the Yankees came out and said, or whoever came out with the report said that those three are in COVID protocol. Now,
yeah.
we do know that Judge does have it from, our inside sources. But as for Higgy and Gio, I mean, we don't exactly know if they do have it. I mean, what does protocol exactly mean? Does that mean like you're kind of in that 48-hour window of like quarantine until we know that you're positive or you were
I
exposed
don't
to
know
it?
what it
Because
means.
we've yet to hear they tested positive for it. Even though Judge, it's kind of like unofficially confirmed that he is. But Gio and Higgy, and hey, you know what that means? If we do play this weekend, who's catching Garrett Cole? Gary Sanchez.
Rob Brantley?
Yo, yeah. Dude, no.
Could you imagine, bro? He's like,
Dude,
nah, Gary, give me Rob
anybody but
Brantley right
Gary.
now.
Anybody but Gary. Bro, I saw a funny thing on Twitter today. It was like a Cole when he finds out Gary has to catch him today. And it was like that gif of remember when Gary hit the 2-run shot in Toronto and he just looked miserable while everybody else was like, yeah.
No, you know what I was thinking, bro? I saw this tweet. It was during the All-Star game, and one of these people was like, "Yo, even if Cole could pitch tonight, he wouldn't because Higgy's not there to catch for him."
Yeah.
I started dying, bro.
Facts.
I mean, the bottom line of this whole thing was my hopes were so high today, and then you just get shot down. But that's life. That's how you got to go through it. But still, I think regardless of this whole thing, the whole plan for today's show was kind of to talk about the Yankees' second half hopes, right? What our hopes were, what our expectations were going into the second half of the season. And I think that's kind of like still a fair topic to talk about today. I'm still confident in the second half. Obviously, if you would ask me this question 24 hours ago, I would have been a lot more hype about it. But now I think the fact that Aaron Judge is questionable. We don't know when he's coming back. You don't know when Gio Urshela is coming back. You don't know when Nestor Cortez is coming back. You don't know what acquisitions the Yankees are going to make because I don't know if you saw the interview that Jeff Passan did today. He said he doesn't really think the Yankees are going to be doing much.
Which he did follow that up.
I don't know.
He followed that up by saying they're in conversation. They've had conversations for Gallo.
I get it, but I don't know. But either way, I think the Yankees are in huge limbo going into the second half. But for some reason, my hopes are still a little bit high.
Oh, yeah. Now, listen, I don't think today changes like the way I feel. I guess it would make it worse, but I think this team's a playoff team, and I've said they're going to turn it around. You could argue they already have turned it around with the past two series against Seattle and against Houston. The division is not something I'm focusing on. Is it out of reach? No, like it's possible we could win the division, but I'm not going to focus on that. The wild card, like we're very much so in the wild card race. Absolutely. Like nobody can dispute that. And like the biggest haters in the world will try to. We're 4 games out. And this is a very good team that you hope will get better with call up of Amberge. Offense is starting to turn it around a little bit. Maybe we'll make a move at the deadline. Who knows? Wildcard race is not over. The division, I feel like to make me believe they would have to take 6 out of 8 from Boston over the next 10 days.
Yeah.
And I just thought about it. A target date for Judge's return. We can get him back by that second Boston series. I think that's a W. Would you agree? Because we got the Boston series. We got the 4-4, quote unquote, 3, whatever. This series right here. Then we have Philly, I think, for 2 at home. And then we have Boston in Fenway. So that would be, I think, basically a week from now is when that second Boston series would be. If we could have Judge back by then, that might be a W. And what would that be? Let's just say we get the 4 games in against Boston this weekend somehow, and we had the 2 against Philly. So that's 6 games. If we could go 4-2 over the next 6 before we get Judge back, that would be such a W. Such a W.
Yeah, I think the key is getting Judge back before that second Boston series. I think you just kind of have to keep yourself afloat for the first one, and then until the Boston series. Because who do they play after the first this homestand against Boston?
We have Philly for 2, I believe.
I'll check Philly for 2, right?
I know Philly, but I think it's for 2, yeah.
I think it's Philly Tuesday, Wednesday. But listen, let's give a little shout out to Liana with 2 $5 donos. First of all, she says, I have family that work in the lab. J&J employees aren't allowed to take it. Bang, inside info from Liana. But second dono from Liana, another $5 dono. Appreciate you so much. She says, past Thanks for the advice and support for being stood up yesterday. That dude's a bozo. The stream is what keeps me going on, though I feel sad the Yankees can go on a run. Bro, but that's what keeps Dan chugging 24/7. Dan, we talk about this all the time. When you're feeling sad, the Yankees keep you chugging. Even if they make you depressed, they keep you chugging at the same damn time.
No, dude, absolutely. And this is why, like, I mean it when I say, like, I don't understand how people who don't watch sports, like any sport, not just baseball, like, what do you actually have to look forward to in life? And then maybe that's sad coming from me, but, like, no matter how bad the Yankees are, like, I just know 7 o'clock, 7:05, bro, they'll be there for me. You know, it's just something to,
COVID.
like, very true. But it's even this, bro. Like, I have like the narratives to talk about, you know, all the storylines going on. It's still something to, like, chow down on, and that's what we get to do here. So no matter what's going on, bro, we got baseball, we got the Yankees. And Pat, I have you.
What'd you say?
I said I have you.
Oh, no.
You keep me chugging, man.
That's nice. That's nice. I'll appreciate that. But listen, Dan, we have some other stuff to talk about. Why do we miss Monday, Dan? Why did we miss Monday for the Pat and Dan show?
Oh, I was in Denver and I got hella bad sunburn. You can't tell it right from here because I kind of.
It looks a little bit better. No, you were bright red the other day.
Bro,
bright red.
I arguably look tan. Wait, you might be able to see it. You know, not that I'm gonna flex, but can you see the difference?
Weird flex, but okay, sure.
I'm
it's a little bit of farmer's tan action.
Yeah, but yeah, I was in Denver. It was a good time, man, with the John Boy Media crew.
Well, okay, one huge question: the altitude change. Did you get like altitude sickness? Because I know some people get that.
It's funny you mentioned that because one, I was nervous about that, and one, this is my first ever flight, so I was very nervous about that. It wasn't bad at all, but yeah, I actually felt fine. But on my way home, the dude I was driving with, Bill. He mentioned, he was like, yo, do you have like dry throat right now? I'm like, no, why? He's like, yeah, like me and a lot of other people back with the crew had dry throat, which I guess is a thing when you go to Colorado. And
maybe
nobody got nobody. Maybe I exposed everybody, but yeah, no, nobody got sick. But apparently, yeah, that dry throat's a thing, which
that's crazy.
I don't think it could be too bad. I imagine it's kind of
no, wait. So that was your first flight ever?
Yeah.
How'd it go though? Were you like
dude,
panicked
the first,
or no?
Bro? So the first 10 to 15 minutes I was on there because you know once you get onto like into the airport onto the actual flight, like you just kind of like chilling there for like a half hour. I don't even know what they're doing, fixing the plane, who knows. I was so nervous, like on the verge of a panic attack, dead ass. And then like once the flight took off, we were like starting to move and like going into the air. I was nervous, but like once we're like on the plane, bro, I'm just like, man, like why the hell was I nervous about this? Like you're literally just like floating, like you're chilling. I'm above the clouds, I'm fine. And bro, it got to the point, the flight home, bro, I was looking forward to it. It was sick. I watched yeah. Oh, dude, it was amazing. It was a 3.5-hour flight straight home. Because this is another thing. We missed a flight, our first flight, which was straight to Denver from the Newark airport to Denver.
Yeah.
So what we had to do was we took 2 separate flights. We went to Charlotte in like North Carolina or something. So I had 2 flights. I got a 2-for-1 deal on my first ever flight experience. That was cool. That was chill. But yeah, bro, on my way home, I was hardcore chilling. They had the movie screens like set up under each seat. You want to know what movie I watched? You'll never guess it, but it's like one of my top 5 favorite movies. People are gonna call me
Forrest Gump.
No, I'm not a fan of Forrest Gump, actually. Devil Wears Prada. I love that movie. You probably never heard of it. I'm a big
Psycho.
I know. You know what movie it is? I'm a big Anne Hathaway person.
I've never seen it.
It's actually a great movie. I like movies that are based in New York, like in the city. And I'm a big Anne Hathaway person. So it was a good time. No, I enjoyed myself.
Listen, Dan, that was great detail. I'm glad you enjoyed the Devil Wears Prada on your flight back from Denver.
Good movie.
But listen, kind of moving on from the All-Star break here. Going into the second half of the season, Dan, like we mentioned before, Joey Gallo. Do we think that it's a high possibility that it comes to the Bronx? Because Jeff Passan did mention it today. I say 90% of the Yankees fan base questionable about the move, right? They were questionable as to whether or not they wanted Gallo like a month or so ago. But now it seems like everyone is on that bandwagon. You go on Twitter and like you look at whenever the Yankees post a tweet, they're like, announce Gallo, announce Gallo, announce Gallo, announce Gallo. I really want Joey Gallo, but you're going to disagree with me. Let him keep that damn beard, Dan.
Hell no. He can stay in Texas if he wants to keep that beard. He'd look good without a beard, first of all. He's got a secret jawline.
He doesn't look good without a beard. We've seen
You don't know that. Nope. But listen, Joey Gallo is a beast. And you bring up how people want to, they want him a little bit more than they used to now. Bro, he's been tearing the cover off the ball. That's probably why. Like he's one of the best hitters in baseball the last, I think, like 2 months since the start of June. And dude, not even just like his offense. His defense, bro, is like he's been better defensively than Judge this season. His WAR is actually higher than Judge. And bro, the most impressive thing about it is I think he's hitting 239, but his on base is like 400. That's crazy. Imagine hitting 239, but your OBP is 400.
Bro, he's literally good. Like I hate to say this because you're gonna be like no. No, but what I'm saying, bro, he's like a left-handed Aaron Judge.
That's fair. No, I mean like he obviously doesn't make as much contact, but like in terms of overall run production, at least this year, yeah.
And also,
He's
if we're
having
talking like
he's technically
beautifulness,
having a better season than Aaron Judge. Not better looking than Judge.
he's a beautiful man.
His face?
He's a beautiful
Dude.
man.
Bro, tell me if you feel the same way. This isn't about like Judge or Navy in particular. Why do like the Yankees uniforms at the All-Star games? I mean, I love them to begin with, but like they look so clean and so crisp. They like do something to the white. Do you ever notice that? Like the Yankee pinstripes at All-Star games.
I think it's the camera.
Is it? I don't know.
I think
what
it's
it is.
because
so good.
but like, bro, also like you kind of look at the Yankees uniforms in the postseason, like they look even better then too. Maybe it's because like they're fresh ones.
Can I give you a random thought of the day? I know we're talking about
for it.
Gallo, but point is, I want Gallo. Yeah. Random thought of the day: the Yankees road uniforms during the 2019 postseason. I don't know what they did. They looked so freaking clean. Everybody, go look it up right now. Go look up, while you're still watching the podcast, Aaron Judge's go-ahead 2-run shot against Verlander, or Didi's or somebody's home run in
Are you just talking about the patch?
No, I'm saying, dude, I swear to God, the uniforms, bro. Like the jersey, there was something. They did something about it, bro. They did something.
No, I think you're losing your mind.
No, I'm just while you're on here, bro. Like I don't want to get too sidetracked, bro, but just look up the Yankees road uniforms in the 2019 ALCS.
Do you want me to pull it up?
Can you, bro? Pull up Aaron Judge's 2-run shot against Verlander. Can you do that?
I can look it up. Aaron Judge.
But can you get it on the screen so we can all see? Because I want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen.
All right, cool. Because I'm pumped. I'm pumped because I know you're gonna agree with me here, bro. Pull this shit up on the screen.
Listen, it's not that great of an image, but we'll get through it.
Oh no, listen. I mean, they're gonna be amazed. They're gonna be like, "Yo, Dan actually is as smart as he looks."
I know. I think they're gonna be like, "Bro, Dan's losing his absolute mind."
Dude, it might just be like maybe make the stadium look brighter. I don't know what it is, but like,
Dan, what's so good? What's the difference?
You can't pull up a video for me.
We have to watch a video. We're gonna get copyrights.
Fuck it. Never mind. Forget about it. But point is, the Yankees road uniform in the 2019 postseason looked absolutely sick. When you get a minute later on in the day, go take a look at them, and you can apologize to me at Dan Allen Works. Send me a DM. Move on.
No, you can't, because no one's gonna realize it.
I know. I'm right. I will admit,
right. You're gonna disagree with me on this, Dan. Also, Chad, I apologize. There's not many like key Yankee topics to talk about, so we're having a little bit of fun.
We're just BSing it here, bro.
But listen, bro, looking at those All-Star Game uniforms, I kind of like the navy on navy. I think the uniforms look stupid, but it just reminds me how badly I want a road alternate. That's like imagine the Yankees had a road alternate that's like that navy blue with like gray lettering, and even if they had like navy blue pants with that, bro, that would look.
I don't hate that. I'm for one. I will say the All-Star uniforms grew on me a lot, but I'm all for a road alternate uniform. I say at home, always have the pinstripes on. Like, don't ever change that. But dude, it would be sick to have maybe a road Friday night type deal. You do the what I would just do is the spring training home jerseys. I would still keep the Yankee logo. I would do the Yankee logo and keep it white. Pants. To be honest, that doesn't have to be gray, but the pants, yeah, keep those gray. And hey, if they want to do the blue pants after seeing the All-Star game, bro, I'm with you. I don't mind that.
I'm so with, bro. I just want to see some sort of like fun injected into this franchise.
And like with this team, like, or with this organization, like they're big on tradition, which I love. But the way you can keep that without like pissing off like the older fans, fans like me, is when you're playing at the stadium, everything's the exact same way as it used to be. Pinstripes at home, don't ever change that. But on the road, bro, I'm totally for an alternate road jersey.
Sure. I'm actually surprised because you got like that boomer mentality, like no bat flips. I walk to first base like you've been there before.
I am not no bat flips at all, bro. I really am not. Okay. I am not bat flip or no anti-bat flip is what I'm trying to say. I'm anti-bat flip when it's like not called for. Like when it's a big moment, like Jose Bautista's, bro, his go-ahead home run in whatever game that was in the postseason, that was freaking sick. I loved that, bro. Fernando Tatis, if he wants to bat flip in the postseason, forget that. I bring this up all the time. When the Padres, when they were down by 3 and hit that game-tying home run, he did that bat toss, that was absolutely sick. But when you're up 4-0 in the top of the second inning in a game in May, dude, like, come on. Relax with the bat flips. Just go run the bases. Like, you can pump your fist, do all that. That's great. But, like...
What did I just start here?
No, I'm not
even
ranting.
Started you going on a rant about bat flips.
I'm doing, and Andrew Allen, my man, he brings up a great point. Dan has a point. Of course he does. Tatis bat flips when they're losing. Like that's kind of what I mean, And even when you're winning,
I get that.
Just like
I get that.
And that's all I've ever said.
You're literally Dan. The
don't they look sick?
They look exactly the same as always.
No, they don't. Hold on. Just to see one more little clip. Dude. No, they don't. They look extra badass.
Dan, they look exactly the same. Chat.
Blind.
Chat, tell me right now, do they look
No,
exactly the same? Yes
because
or no?
this doesn't do it justice. You know what, Pat? You need your what are your what are those glasses called? Your blue light
Blue
glasses. You
light
need those.
glasses.
Yeah.
That literally
What do you,
doesn't help with vision, but
what do you
okay.
see? You see in floaters while I'm showing you that you can't see
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah. No, yeah. So do you though. So
Floater
we're in the
boy.
same boat.
True.
But
Oh, we got somebody that agreed with me, bro. While most of them are gonna
where?
disagree with me.
They look
Beasley
so
Johnny
quick.
C. Oh, two. Well,
Dan's going crazy. They look the same. They look different because
no,
Judge
I
hit a
know
home
the
run.
layout's no, the layout's the exact same. The
Dan
layout
is
is the
right.
exact same. The
No,
layout's the
Dan, the
exact
only
same.
difference is the camera. I think you're so used to
No,
Yes Network's garbage camera quality that you see it on Fox. You're like, oh my
no,
God.
that actually could be it. But it's two things. It's either the stadium or three things. Either the stadium is brighter, the camera light work or the light is something different. I don't know. Or three, like I think the stroke is a little bit more defined on the
It's
New York.
Dan, they're the same exact jerseys.
No, they popped off a little bit
No,
more. But I
they
don't want to go on with this too
don't.
much
They
more. People are gonna
don't
stop watching if
change
I
the
keep talking this.
colors. All right. There's
I'll
one
get proof.
question. There's one
Get proof.
question that I did want to bring up from Andrew Allen previously that I was actually curious about. He says, Dan, did you buy a jersey while you were there? Because you said you were going to.
Dude, I was going to. And first of all, let me say the reason because I need to complain about this a little bit. Fanatics is trash. Every time they have a special event for a jersey or a special event item, whether it's a sweatshirt for the postseason, a jersey for the All-Star game, bro, they ship it after the event's over. So I went to buy a Judge jersey, right, online because nowhere around here like sells them in store. And they're like, it'll ship on the 16th. Are you kidding me, bro? The All-Star break will be 3 days over by then. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to Denver for the All-Star week. Might as well just buy it there. So I didn't go to the actual like home run derby. Kyle, he was there. I'm like, yo, Kyle, FaceTime me ASAP. So he FaceTime me. I'm like, Kyle Condor, I'm talking about. And I'm like, yo, if you get it down a minute, go to the shop, get me an All-Star jersey. He's like, all right, word, if I get a second. Of course, he didn't get a second. Then I was talking to Keith McPherson. Congrats on getting married, by the way. And he was going to go to the MLB Fan Cave, and he was going to get a jersey, a Tatis jersey. He was going to get me a Judge jersey while he's there. He couldn't make it either. So I'm totally screwed, out of luck. But tomorrow I'm going to my local Game Day Sports and hoping that they have the jerseys there because, like I said, they
Going
grew up.
where?
They grew on me. Game Day Sports is what it's called. It's like our local like sports fan zone shop. So that's where I'm going to go tomorrow, hoping that they have them. If they don't, I'm just beat because I'm too impatient to order it online. And I'm sure if I do, Fanatics will ship it out in like 2 weeks. And by then, Judge could be dead.
Poor bastard. Poor bastard, yeah. Bro. Also, listen, you mentioned how Keith got married. Bro, shout out to Clint Frazier getting engaged. Shout out to Clint, bro.
Facts.
Good I feel for him. So bad for Clint Frazier.
Like, stop feeling bad for him, bro.
I do because, like, what's wrong with him?
His batting average?
No, bro, he's dealing with like what? Okay, this is actually a topic that we could discuss because
his vertigo.
I think it's a huge mystery as far as like what's wrong with Clint Frazier. I understand he's been so bad so far this season, but clearly like he's dealing with some sort of medical stuff. That why can't the Yankees diagnose it?
No, that's totally fair. I can't like talk about Clint no more. Like it's like he's a bust. Like it's over. Like he's gonna go succeed somewhere else, and I think he has all the talent in the world. But like the book is written on Clint Frazier's time in New York. It has not worked out. Like
but it's
going
sad,
into this
though.
year,
it's reality.
It's very, dude. Greg Bird is sad to me. Like that's very sad. Like
that's even more sad, probably.
Like I look back at Bird's home run against Miller, and like it actually makes me somewhat emotional. I'm like, man, what a fall from grace, And like it's kind of the same with Clint. Like coming back from last year or going back to last year. Like if you were having this conversation with me, which we did have many times. Going into this year, bro, you're so right about Clint. But now, like, he got his chance. He got his chance, bro, and he's hitting 180. When he takes a step forward, he takes 2 steps back. It's over for Clint Frazier. He's going to go be good somewhere else, hopefully. I really do want him to go good, unless he goes to an AL East team, which obviously the Yankees won't trade him to. He'll go to Colorado or go to Pittsburgh or something, like.
Can I bring something up to you right now?
Of course.
Bro, you know how, like, me and you were kind of discussing how disappointed we were as to like what went down today as far as the Yankees go. I hate to bring the dude back up again. Can you imagine being Trey Ambergy today? Can you imagine? Bro, you finally get that call up. You make your way because I'm pretty sure they were in Massachusetts on the road last night. So then he came from Massachusetts to the Bronx, ready for his major league debut. I'm sure a bunch of family and friends all came down. Then the game gets canceled.
That sucks for sure, but
brutal.
I have a feeling he may have also kind of seen it coming because you figure he was told about Judge, like he knew, so he may have seen it coming. But yeah, another thing about Trey, bro, like can these Yankee kids? I guess it's not even up to them. Like I understand we don't have a lot of numbers available, but please, do they have to be given 95? 95. That's what he's wearing. You kidding me? Same with Debbie.
No,
What's
but
his
that's
number? 83.
But you saw that Rougned Odor changed his number from 18 to 12. So I'm like, oh, they're
I did see
giving
that.
Trey number 18. That's a pretty solid number, right?
I don't know why anybody ever thought that. Unless like, no, I don't understand. And some people thought like that could mean like a trade is on the way and Gallo wanted 18. Like that was a better thought. But
Did you see the people thinking that we were getting Didi back? Literal
anybody who
morons,
seriously thought
bro.
that is an idiot.
No, like you deserve to just leave. Like just not even like burn all your Yankee jerseys.
Yeah.
But no, I agree 1000%. Like the high numbers, because it's not like the Yankees don't have any numbers to work with here. You really have to give Trambergy 95.
Yeah, like you have
unless
some.
he
The Yankees have
it.
some numbers. The Yankees have some numbers in like the teens. You know, I'm sure he requested it, but it's like Trey, why? Like you're not a freaking linebacker, bro. Like please. And bro, you know whose number used to always piss me off? Not as much anymore because I don't really care about him as much.
99.
But no, of course not.
99 is the sickest number of all time.
That can be said even before Aaron Judge. Like when Manny wore it with LA. No, when Manny wore 99 with LA, 99 is a cool ass number.
Sick. It was sick. Yeah.
But like 98 sucks. But and Duhar in 40 with 41, like in 2018, I was like, bro, please like that's not a third base number. If you're in the infield, you got to be below 30. You just have to be. Unless you're first
would
base.
Be a really good like 33.
See, I always saw Andujar. I always wanted him to like get like 17. Baboon has 17, which I wonder, by the way, speaking of team numbers, assuming if he does, I don't know if he's going to come back or not. I hope he does. Is number 19 going to be put back into commission next year? Because they usually give it a year, like the respect year. Like Tex, when Tex was gone, they gave him the 2017 season. Nobody had 25, and then they put it back into commission in 2018. So I wonder, is 19 available?
Worthy though.
It'll be, I think, like a free agent type deal. You know?
Yeah, like they weren't giving 25 to anybody. They gave it to Gleyber. Like I think that was fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Do you think Tanaka does come back?
Yes.
Like
I'm like actually no. Look, I'm not even like being like biased. Like I do see him coming back. Because one, I see him coming back to the States, and I think it'll be a thing. Like it'll be like one day we'll wake up to a report. It'll be like Masahiro Tanaka is looking to come back to the U.S. and pitch in the MLB again. And then from there, we'll just hear like teams that are involved. Then we'll hear that the Yankees are involved, and then it may come down to like where like it's the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, whoever in the mix for Tanaka, and then the Yankees will offer him a deal. Tanaka will also be favored to come back to New York, and that'll be that. Tanaka will come back on like a 2-year deal.
I think the only way he comes back is to pitch with the Yankees. I don't think he comes back to the MLB and pitches with any other team.
Because remember what he said in the offseason. It was the Yankees or nothing, which makes us love him even more. You know,
I love Masahiro. I miss that dude, bro.
Dude, absolutely. And what the Yankees should do, and I've said this, bro, for years, Masahiro Tanaka, bro, is such a weapon when he's your number 4 starter. Whenever you bring back Tanaka, hopefully you do, make it so he's your number 4 starter, and that's a damn good rotation. Because some people are saying like we want Tanaka back, some are saying they don't want Tanaka back. Like you can't not want Tanaka back as your number 4 starter. You know, like dude, Tanaka's solid and reliable, yo. And hey, I mean, what's our rotation going in next year right now? You got Cole, Sevy. Who's our 3? Who am I forgetting? Do we have a 3 yet?
Monty.
I guess you could say Monty's your 3.
I own 4.
Now that I think about it, we got to send a starter in the offseason regardless. But whatever. Tanaka, bring him back as a number 4 starter in a couple years. I think he has an opt-out after this year, actually. But
I don't know what his contract is in Japan, actually.
I think it's a 2-year deal with an opt-out after 1. Only to start the season.
Oh. No, I mean, but like if we're looking at the Yankees rotation right now, bro, I think for some reason, if you would have told me a month ago that like Nestor Cortez would get COVID and we would view it as like such a tragic thing for this team, I would probably call you crazy. But bro, I'm looking at this Nestor Cortez loss as a huge freaking loss, bro. He was the number 2 behind Cole. Tell me not. And he was just starting to like stretch himself out as a starter too.
That's the only reason why I wouldn't call him like a number 2 because like he wasn't going that deep into games, you know. Yeah. But I don't want people to get like too worried about the whole COVID thing in a sense. It's like people acting like they're torn UCLs all over the place. Like they should be back within within a week possibly, you know. So I mean, like this next week is going to suck, really, just from a viewing standpoint. Like
you
they can still win
but
games.
I still think a week minimum.
It depends on the vaccinated stuff, you know. Which I don't want to get into all that. But like, who's vaccinated? They can come back theoretically Saturday, you know, or Sunday. But the guys who aren't vaccinated, the guy who isn't vaccinated, that may take a little bit longer. I have Tanaka's Japan stats. Can I tell you them?
Go for it.
So 13 games started. You want to know what his ERA is?
Can I guess?
His ERA in 85 innings this year. Yeah, guess.
Okay. I'm gonna say
one guess. One guess.
This is like the Price is Right, bro.
I know. You're not getting
3.45.
2.86.
Wow, that's really good.
Masahiro Tanaka, baby.
Still, that's very good.
Quadruple A.
Yeah, that would probably translate to what, like a 3.5?
Probably like a 3.5, yeah. Look
Yeah,
at us, Pat. We're
that's
so
very
insane.
good. Bro, we're
I
so
know.
good. Let's
I know.
go. It feels so good to be back, by the way.
It does, bro. I really missed you. And that's just the only thing about the game, bro. Like imagine like we were able to come off like a win tonight, bro, to kick off the second half. Like when I was coming home on my flight yesterday, bro, I was like, man, like I am so ready for Yankees baseball, Pat and Dan show, making highlights, making videos, just chilling with my boy, and which I still get to do. You know, I'm acting like the world's ending. You know, we could play tomorrow, but like, what's a game without Aaron Judge? Am I right?
No, but bro, we were talking about this, and I truly said, I don't want to face the Boston Red Sox without Aaron Judge. Now, I don't know if that's just like us being delusional because we love Aaron Judge. Well, you love Aaron
No,
Judge much more than I do. But like, bro, I don't want to face the Red Sox without him.
no, that's not being delusional at all. Like, I don't want to say I'm biased because I'm real about Judge. Like, I criticized Judge more than anybody a couple weeks ago with
That's
the Ohtani
so
thing.
wrong, though. You literally couldn't admit the fact that he might not be a Yankee for life.
Well, no, I did admit that he could sign a 1 year, 2 year deal with Oakland, like at age 38. That's fine. I'm not talking about that because I'm just speaking on what I believe, and that is that the Yankees will sign Aaron Judge to a long-term contract. That's what I'm saying. But whatever. I don't want to talk about that. What I was saying is that a couple of weeks ago with the Ohtani thing, remember, and you have to vouch for me here, I went at Aaron Judge. I was pissed.
Sure. Yeah. No, I remember that. That was a good time.
What was I about to get into? Yes. The Yankees without Aaron Judge, we're a significantly worse team, and we just got to hope that. Really, without Aaron Judge, you just got to hope that we run into a 3-run home run that changes the game, you know, because there's still Luke Voigt, there's still Giancarlo Stanton. Maybe Glaber could get hot. He was looking pretty okay before the break. So, you know, we could still win some games. It's just from really a viewing standpoint, that's what I'm more upset about. You know, just like when you're watching a game or you're leading up to a game and like you're looking forward to it, like you want Aaron Judge to be in the starting lineup more than anybody. So,
yeah,
it's going to be a week with
Dan. This is actually an interesting conspiracy theory from Daryl. He says, conspiracy alert 2. The cheater Astros infected Judge knowing that Judge was going to the All-Star game and would infect these star players and thus win the World Series. Just joking, of course. Dan, that would make sense as to why they didn't go to the All-Star game.
That's a good point.
One major plot.
Or a good point. That's a really good point, Daryl. You know, that dude, it could be something as simple as like, you know, because the Yankees were obviously in Minute Maid Park. Something as simple as, bro, just infect the water fountains.
Bro, you had one bat boy who they knew had COVID, send him into the Yankees dugout, open up that Gatorade thing.
Or it's like,
done.
Yeah, dude, something like that. Or like, if we want to get like really diabolical here, like, you know, like stuff from the movies. Like, you ever see Amazing Spider-Man?
No, I don't watch the movie.
Well, like, there's like this device, bro, like basically sprays like disease or whatever. Like, they literally could like drop like a gas bomb or something like that, and it's just like.
Okay, I think you just went like way past the boundaries. That's just not possible.
I've been watching a lot of like sci-fi lately. Not sci-fi, Star Wars, but like, you know, my mind's creative.
No,
that's what I do.
Devil Wears Prada again.
True. But like when the Yankees aren't on, like my go-to thing is to watch Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Because I equate myself as being Anakin. A couple of people do. Shout out to Andrea Dante. But I consider myself, bro, like the equivalent of Anakin in real life.
Okay, Dan. Okay. Listen, Dan, is there anything else you want to touch on today before we wrap things up?
I'm Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. I think, usually we go the full hour, but listen, there's not that much to talk about today, but we will be back on Monday with episode 8 of the Pat and Dan Show.
I don't even want to end, bro. Like, why are we doing this? Like, we're chilling, bro.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. How's your love life going?
Dan, you're sick.
Somebody said, Dan, are you a whiny, sand-hating man like Anakin? I am not a fan of sand, Pat. Did you know that? It's coarse, it's irritating, rough, and it gets everywhere.
You gotta watch Star Wars. Like getting into like a Star Wars podcast.
I'm not saying it should be, but I'll start one. Everybody else that likes Star Wars can join.
No one's gonna watch it. Literally, I guarantee you that.
Whatever. End the show.
But listen, with that being said, we'll see you guys on Monday. Hopefully the Yankees have some sort of games being played before then, but hopefully we have a lot to talk about then. See you guys Monday. Monday's actually an off day, so we'll see you at 9 p.m. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.